Very happy today to be interviewing Dr. Patrick Quaid. He's a best-selling author, speaker, researcher, and optometrist. He's based in Guelph, Ontario at the View Cubed Vision Therapy Clinics. They also have a clinic in North York, Ontario as well. Welcome, Dr. Quaid.
Thanks for having me.
In addition to your writing, Dr. Quaid, you've included a number of contributors from different disciplines to enhance the information in the book. You've got educators in here, you've got specialists who are optometrists and others from other aspects of eye health and vision. Tell us a little bit about why you included these people and what they bring to the book as a resource for parents and teachers and others who are trying to learn about vision.
Yeah, and I think, first of all, speaking to the educators, they were probably the most important ones to have in the book because typically when a child struggles with reading, it's the parent and the educators that are kind of in the trenches dealing with the issues. So as you'll see in the book, there's two very experienced educators in the book, Cari and Jenny, and decades of experience. I mean, Cari's worked in 3 different school boards. I know she's now retired, but she's got a wealth of experience. And Jenny's a vice principal in a school board. So I mean, both of them are used to dealing with children with individualized educational plans, educational needs. So that experience, I think, was really important to put in the book. The other people that we put in the book were other doctors, other colleagues or mentors of mine that I've had in the past, or people who've kind of been, like Dr. Maples is a good example. I mean, he's one of these powerhouses of information, himself and Dr. Steele, Dr. Zelinsky, and Sue Barry, Dr. Barry, who's also a neuroscientist. So there's
very famous author in her own right.
Yeah, I mean, she's got that book, Fixing My Gaze, so which is a fantastic book, and it talks about her personal experience going through what it was like to have eye teaming issues, and she was treated as an adult, and there's some very good parts in the book where she describes what happens with her vision. So I won't ruin the book, but it's a very good read. So I think people like Dr. Steele, Dr. Maples, and I mean, Glen and WC especially has been a huge influence on me. I mean, he's getting into his 80s. He was around in the original days of vision therapy when optometry was really, getting their teeth into eye teaming skills and realizing that it's actually it's the brain's inability to control the eyes. And it's really important to emphasize the brain's inability because we treat it like it's an eye problem and it manifests at the eye level. But as I showed before, when I showed my eye teaming thing, I can cross my eyes and I can look at my left image and do this. I mean, how I control my eyes is ultimately my brain's ability to feel what the muscles are doing. So really it's an eye-brain teaming issue. And that will manifest as a visual perceptual concern. And I think Cari, in one of her interviews that we did before, she described the kid that was copying stuff down from the board. There was 9 math questions, and the way he copied it down, it was all over the place on the page. And she described it as a visual processing concern. And it ultimately manifests as a processing concern, but it's ultimately stemming from the patient not being able to control what their eyes are doing. And I think it was really important to get different perspectives in there, because if you read a book and it's just the author's chapter for every chapter, it becomes a very siloed kind of a conversation. So I wanted to make sure to get those other perspectives, and the other authors were gracious to give up their time to write chapters for the book. So I'm grateful to each and every one of them.
Another reason why it's such a bestseller and so appreciated by the people that have read it or now have heard it on Audible. We were speaking to Dr. Patrick Quaid. He is the founder and CEO of the View Cubed Vision Therapy Clinics in Guelph and North York, Ontario. The book is available on Kindle, Amazon, and also on Audible. So if you haven't got a copy yet or heard a copy, you can get them there. Thanks so much for your interview today, Dr. Quaid.
Thanks for having me.